Hello friends, welcome back. So today we will start with the unit number 3, which is transient heat conduction. It is also called as unsteady state heat conduction. So before starting with the unit, we will first see what do you mean by steady state heat conduction and what do you mean by unsteady state heat conduction. And later on we will move towards the unit number 3. So let's begin with what do you mean by, first of all, we will understand steady state. All of you are having an idea of it, but just a quick revision we will take. So first let's move on. So what do you mean by steady state? So what is steady state all about? So steady state. So I will explain it with an example. So consider that this is an object. Okay. So the object is having some particular temperature. On one side the object is having a temperature of say 70 degrees, and the other side the object is having a temperature, for example, say 30 degrees. You can consider this as any plate, okay, sorry, a wall. So one side the temperature is 70 degrees and the other side the temperature is 30 degrees. So now, for example, this is the temperature which you have taken at, say, for example, 1 p.m. Okay, so if you measure the temperature at 1 p.m, the temperature is 70 and 30. So you go back and again come back at 2 p.m. So again you find that the temperature is again 70 degrees and 30 degrees. So what is this? This is called as steady state heat transfer. So what do you understand by steady state? That there is no change in temperature. At 1 p.m. also the temperature is 70 degrees. At 2 p.m. also, if you come back, the temperature is 70 degree. Again, if you come back at 3 o'clock, the temperature will be 70 degrees. So here what is happening? The change of temperature, that is dt divided by d tau. Okay, dt divided by d tau, or you can write small t also. That is change of temperature with respect to time, it is 0. Okay, but the temperature, it is changing with position. This is the only thing. So what is happening over here? The temperature on this side is 70, the temperature here it is 30. If you measure the temperature, say for example at the center, the temperature may be around, you can say it may be in the range of 40 degrees accordingly. So here the temperature, it is changing with position. Okay, the temperature, it is changing with position, but the temperature, it is not changing with respect to time. So what we can say, that change of temperature with respect to time, when it is 0, then we can say that the heat transfer is by the mode steady state. So we have seen lot of things about the steady state till now. So today we will start with a new thing, that is nothing but unsteady state. Practically all the applications are related to steady state. So what do you mean by steady state heat transfer? Okay, so again, if you are very much clear with steady state, unsteady state is very simple. So let's take again the same example of the wall. Okay, so the one side of the wall is at 70 degrees and the other side the temperature of the wall is 30 degrees. So at 1 p.m. the temperature is this, right? So if you go back and again come back at 2 p.m, so what will be the temperature? So the temperature here might be 60 degrees, and here the temperature might have reduced to 28 degrees. Again, if you come back at 3 p.m, what you can say, the temperature might be here, you can say 55 degrees, and here the temperature might have reduced to 25 degrees. So what is happening over here? That is there dt by d tau. Here what is happening? There is change of temperature with respect to time. So as the time passes, the temperature keeps on changing. That's why the name given is that unsteady state heat transfer. So here you can say that in unsteady state heat transfer, the temperature changes with respect to time and it changes with respect to position. Okay, but in steady state what is happening? The temperature is not changing with respect to time. and it is changing with respect to position. So the only thing common is in steady state, that is the temperature, it is changing with position. Here also in unsteady state, the temperature, it is changing with position. But what is the main difference? That is rate of change of temperature with respect to time. In steady state it is 0, and here it is not equal to 0. Here there will be continuous change of temperature as you go on measuring the temperature after particular interval of time. So today we will focus on this point only. What do you mean by unsteady state heat transfer? So this is the concern of unit number 3. Okay, so this unsteady state, it is also called as transient heat conduction, right? So here temperature, you can write, is a function of direction, as well as it is a function of time. You can write it for the unsteady state heat transfer. Means as you change the locations, if you move in the x direction, the temperature will change, right? And as the time passes, the temperature will change. Okay, so I hope you have got a clear understanding what do you mean by steady state heat transfer and what do you mean by unsteady state heat transfer. Now unsteady state, all practical applications I will list you out what do you mean by unsteady state. So let's move on to the theory now. So under steady state, the temperature of the body at any point does not change with time. Okay, so the temperature, it remains constant in steady state. So in this chapter we will consider variation of temperature with time as well as position. So this is called as unsteady state heat transfer. Therefore for unsteady state we can write that temperature capital T is a function of direction as well as time, right? So this one important thing you are supposed to keep it in mind. Now during transient heat conduction, how you can write the energy balance equation? So the net rate of energy transfer from the body, that is equal to net rate of change of internal energy. So again I will take a small example. So this is the body. Okay, this body has been placed in an environment of temperature T infinity and the heat transfer coefficient as H. So let the body be at a temperature of 50 degrees and the surrounding let it be at a temperature of say 25 degrees. Usually we take the surrounding temperature as 25 degrees. So what will happen? The heat will flow from the body into the atmosphere, right? So what is happening? The heat is moving in this direction from the body to the surrounding. So whenever a body loses a heat, right, whenever the heat is lost from the body, what you can say? That the internal energy of the body, it is decreasing. What you can say? That whenever a body is losing a heat to the atmosphere, what you can write? That the internal energy of the body, it is decreasing. And how you can measure this? You can measure this by decrease of temperature. After some time the body will attain a temperature of 40 degrees. Again after some time the body will attain the temperature of 30 degrees and so on. So this one important thing you are supposed to keep it in mind. When the body loses the energy, the internal energy, it decreases, and again if the body gains the energy, the internal energy, it increases. Okay, so if the body, it is gaining the heat from some hot fluid, right? So what is happening? The internal energy increases. So the measure of internal energy increases was nothing but the temperature. So this one important thing, you please keep this in mind, that whenever the heat is lost from the body, internal energy decreases. Whenever the heat is gained by the body, the internal energy increases. So this is only written over here. When energy is added to the substance, its energy increases and vice versa. Okay. So now what are the engineering applications where you will find this transient heat conduction, right? So all the heat transfer processes like quenching, annealing, normalizing, all this process comes under transient heat conduction. So these are the examples of transient heat conduction equation. So till now you have got a clear idea what do you mean by steady state and what do you mean by unsteady state. Steady state means what? The temperature will not change with time Unsteady state means what? Temperature will change with respect to time. Okay, so now let's move forward by what do you mean by lump system analysis. Okay, again very important term. So I will explain this lump system analysis with the help of small example. So I will take two examples. So we will see what do you mean by, okay, what do you mean by lump system. Okay, we will see this. So let's take this with the help of example, lump parameter analysis. Okay, now consider this. Consider a ball. Okay, this ball, it is made up of a material that is called as copper. Okay, assume the ball, it is made up of a material copper. Now I place this ball into an oven, right? So when I place this ball, let initially, okay, this is the temperature at this point. Okay, let the temperature at multiple point is this, indicated by cross. So let initially the temperature of the ball, you assume this as 40 degrees. Now when I place this ball into an oven, what will happen? The heat will be absorbed by the ball. So after some time, okay, after some time, what will happen? I will again take the ball out from the oven. Now when I take the ball out from the oven, I will measure the temperature at this point. I will measure the temperature at this point. Okay, let the temperature at this point is 40. So after some time, if I take the ball out from the oven, I found that the temperature at this point is 70. The temperature at this point is 70. The temperature again at this point is 70. If I measure the temperature, okay, so at all the position, the temperature, it is same. Okay, you move in any direction, the temperature is same. So for lump system analysis, what we take, what is the assumption? That the temperature is a function of time only. So direction we don't take into consideration. So again, if I leave this ball into the atmosphere for say around 1 hour, what will happen? Again, if I measure the temperature might be say 50 here. Here also the 50, here also 50, here also 50. So if the temperature remains uniform throughout the body, then we can say that it is acting as a lump, and we can name it as lump parameter analysis. So here what is the temperature? The temperature is function of time, but it is not a function of position. Why? Because you move in any position, the temperature you will find the same temperature. So temperature will not change. At this corner the temperature will be same, at the center also the temperature will be same, at the other end the temperature also will be same. So this is nothing but lump parameter analysis. So when the temperature is just a function of time and not the position, then we can say that the system is acting as a lump. Okay, the system is acting as a lump. So again I will take another example. For example, if you roast a chicken in an oven, if you place a chicken in an oven, for example this is the chicken, and if I place this chicken in an oven, so if after some times if I take it out, what I will find? That the upper part will have a temperature of 100 degrees, for example. If I move in this direction, the temperature here might be say 70 degrees, and if I move into the center, the temperature here might be 40 degrees. So here what is happening? The temperature, it is changing with respect to position. So this is not under lump parameter analysis. So this is not lump parameter analysis. So for lump parameter analysis, what should be your condition? That your temperature should only change with respect to time, but with respect to position, the temperature should not change. But for the example of chicken, what is happening? The outer part is having some temperature, the inner part is having some temperature, and again the center part, it is having some temperature. So lump parameter analysis you can't apply for this example. Okay, so this is not under lump parameter analysis. So I hope you have got the clear understanding what do you mean by lump. I will just read out a definition. In heat transfer analysis, some bodies are observed to behave like a lump whose interior temperature remains essentially uniform at all times during the heat transfer process. So what is the important thing? The temperature remains uniform at all time during the heat transfer process. That is, the temperature of such body can be taken as a function of time only. So here I have written that the temperature, it is a function of time, but it is not a function of position, right? So this, it is called as lumped parameter analysis. So again, the same example of chicken, you can see that the outer part, it is having the temperature of 100 degrees. If you move in the inner direction, the temperature will be 90 degrees, and at the center the temperature will be 40 degrees. So this is not under lumped parameter analysis. So you can't say that the body is behaving like a lump. Why? Because the temperature, it is changing with time also first, and it is changing with position. So for lump parameter analysis, we will take the case that the temperature will not change with respect to time. Sorry, the temperature will not change with respect to position. So I hope you have got a clear understanding of the unit number 3, the introduction part. So in this, we have seen what do you mean by steady state, what do you mean by unsteady state, and later on we have seen what do you understand by lump system analysis, right? So in the next session, we will see with the derivation for the lump system analysis. So till then, keep watching. Happy learning. Thank you.